a theme of sorts for the new album?
Well, actually, all the songs in the world is kind of a it frames the line of thinking that we try to keep when we're making music. We're not afraid to step out of one genre. You know, we start this album out with a song that's actually combining 2 or 3 genres of music.
Right,
in the one song, and then we go further with different kinds of songs, and that's how we like to work, you know.
Yeah, I'd even say that we go to extremes on this album, so there might even be sounds on there that you've never heard before.
I was going to mention
that's saying a lot, but I mean, we're old rockers. We come from, we love the Stones and the Beatles, the British pop bands of the 60s and the 50s, obviously, as well. But in this case, we've stretched out a bit.
Yes, I was going to mention that, and I'm glad you brought it up, because that was one of the things I wanted to point out. This album, All the Songs in the World, you really do cross genres from track to track and styles of music, and it was really difficult picking out the tracks I was going to use on the show. So I kind of tried to pick a couple of tracks that were commercial in sound, yet carried forth the sound that I hear coming from you guys. So hopefully I was able to get that there. John Bon Jovial, you're sitting there kind of unusually quiet.
Well, just taking it all in and listening, enjoying the conversation. The question, though, that I have for either one of you guys is when it comes to this particular album, you know, All the Songs in the World. Now, you know, that's a pretty heavy responsibility to try to be influenced by everything. So, and I realize it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek or maybe a facetious comment, but in all sincerity, I would like to know, you know, who influences you? Who is your musical muse? Who helps you mentally develop your style?
Well, I tell you what, apart from all the obvious rock and pop music that we've listened to through the years, I get quite a lot of inspiration from my friend Yo, because he sends me something and I go, what on earth was that? I need to comment on that. So I think I think it's the other way around as well. So I've done a few extreme songs in the past, and some of the replies to those tracks I think are on this album now, because the more strange sounding parts of this album, I would say that's you, Joe.
Well, thank you. Well, and also I would say we've done a few collaborations with people before. So a few years back we let out a single with a young rapper. It's one of his songs, and we made the backtracks to him. And so that kind of inspired me to do more hip-hop things or going in that direction. And now this summer I was in New Orleans and I met up with Eliza Lynn, who's an Americana folk music person,
right.
Made a couple of albums and so forth. And so we got together and wrote a song. So we hopefully we will be able to do something with her later on.
That would be cool.
So whatever person or whatever people I bounce into, I do not. I'm kind of free and open to whatever music they're burning for, and I try to take that in.
There's some American influence in there. It isn't all. It isn't all the Brits and the Europeans.
No.
No. It's so much of it is the U.S. for us as well, and we've grown up listening to the blues and your great. I mean, I say the Beatles. We could say the Beach Boys as well. I mean, it's the way they thrived on each other, and certainly the Beach Boys are a huge influence on us. I mean, especially perhaps the vocals and trying. We're not the Beach Boys, obviously, but we're trying to do vocal harmonies, and we love that, which is something both the Beatles and the Beach Boys did.
It sounds trite, but I think that's what makes music the universal language. The fact that it does draw from all these influences, and that's the beauty of it. It's universal. Before we let you go, I want to thank you for coming back and being on the show again.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah,
been a pleasure.
Look forward to that new album. Tell us about this next track, All the Songs in the World. Tell us about the track itself.
Okay, that's one of the first songs we wrote together on our first joint session of writing songs for this project, and that was back in 2013. And it kind of stayed on a tape or something for years. And then we dug it out and we found it. And what? Did we do this? This is great. We have to write a lyric. And that's pretty much it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much. We do look forward to hearing from you again. Keep in touch with us. Let us know when that new album's available. And we'll put a shout out there, get it out, get the word out, and get you guys back on the show to play some of the music from it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Fantastic.
26.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, from Stockholm, Yoyo XO, and here they are with the title track of the album, All the Songs in the World. And there you go, Yoyo Exino from Stockholm, Sweden. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks to all our guests today, Yoyo Exino, and of course, Faith Head, for joining us and making some great sounds. And we look forward to talking with you and with our guests again next week. So, John Bon Jovial, take us home.
Yes, sir. Another great hour here at the David Bowers Awards. The David Bowers Awards is broadcast around the world from the studios of Computer Help USA in Naples, Florida, and the Valley of the Sun in Tempe, Arizona. We are available for free on Blog Talk Radio, also on YouTube, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spreaker, Amazon Alexa devices, as well as SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and some of these other silly social media platforms where you get your favorite podcasts and wherever great indie music is played. Click the follow link on our Blog Talk Radio page, and be sure to like The David Bowers on Facebook. And follow us on Twitter, too, if you would, please. We sure would appreciate it. Be sure to join us next week for the David Bowers Awards, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern on WRFZ-FM 106.3 Rochester Free Radio and Blog Talk Radio, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 6 p.m. UTC for more great indie music and talk with the artists that make it happen. So until next week, for The David Bowers and Nick the Geek, and all the other crew of rejects here at the David Bowers Awards, this is the legendary John Bon Jovial saying thanks for being with us. We sure appreciate it. And we'll see you next week right here on the David Bowers Awards.